So you're watching this video because you want to be liked. You want to make a great impression in front of people, and you want to be liked by people, whether that's a group of people, whether that's one-on-one interaction. So I spent most of my life trying to be liked by people. This started off in school, where I would try and make a good impression. I wanted to seem good in front of people so I could make more friends. Then when I was traveling, I wanted to make a good impression on the group that I was with so I could get along with everyone. And oftentimes the feedback that I would get from groups is, wow, Sarah, you're so likable, you just get on with everyone, you're very easygoing, you go with the flow. And that was great and all, because I did seem to be liked by everyone at the start. But then what happened is, as time went on, I found it more difficult to actually hold on to those friendships and to make more meaningful connections. Where everyone was breaking off into smaller groups and getting deeper with those groups, I was left being a floater from place to place. And I would pretend that, hey, look, I like to be the floater. And the truth is, I do like to float. I do like to follow my curiosity and go from place to place. But I also do value having more deeper, meaningful connections. So if you have found yourself in a similar situation where maybe you're trying to make a good first impression and then you found that maybe you lack more deeper relationships, or if you look around at the friends that you have in your life and decide, well, I don't really fit in this friend group, I don't feel like I can fully be myself or be authentic, but you're staying in there, you're staying in the safety of that instead of going out and being who you want to be. Well, I'm here to tell you what has helped me. So what has really helped me to be more liked by people is actually to be more myself. So feeling more comfortable to be my authentic self, to say what I want to say, to express what I want to express, to do what I want to do, instead of pretending to mold to what someone else wants. So for example, if you walk into a room and you have one-on-one interactions with 5 different people, and those 5 people have different personalities. So with one person, they're more quiet and they don't like to drink. So you say, yeah, I don't drink much. And then the next person walks in and they say, oh my God, I want to go out on the weekend, I want to party. And then you're having that one-on-one interaction thinking, this is actually what I want. I do want to go out and I do want to party. And then another person comes in and says, well, I actually don't like drinking. I actually like to spend my time going on bike rides. And then you're saying, oh, well, I actually like to do that too instead. And now what happens when all of these people come into the same room together? You probably are more quiet because you don't know what to say. You're afraid to say, if you love drinking, then this person may not like you anymore. They may think you are inauthentic. Or if you say that you would rather go on the bike rides every week instead of drink, then this person may think, well, what the heck, this person was being fake to me or was being inauthentic. So what can happen is it can be quite a sticky situation, because you can end up then losing that trust with people. And I've experienced this happen as well. When you're trying to be liked and trying to mold to everyone else, you also lose a sense of self. You forget, well, what actually do I like and do I want? And what is it that I've been doing just to be liked by the other person? So just because we like someone else doesn't mean that we have to like everything they like or do everything they do. It reminds me of a time in school where we used to do this quiz with our best friend of, you need to write down what your favorite food is, what your favorite game is, what your favorite color is. And oftentimes what I would try and do is try and look over at my friend and try and get the same answers as her, because I thought, well, if we have the same answers, then that means that we are best friends. But really, in the grander scheme of life, that's not really how things work. If you are just going to be a clone of someone else, well, they can just be with themselves. Or if you're just a mirror to themselves, then you're probably going to think, well, who even am I? And then you will find over time, maybe in that friendship, that you're not able to be yourself and you feel a little bit trapped or stuck, and you just want to do the things, and then maybe resentment can build up in that as well, which is not fun. So instead of trying to be liked by everyone, what I would suggest is to really get to know yourself, get to know what your likes are, what your dislikes are, what your values are, what your morals are, what you like to do, what kind of people you like to be around. And then once you really have a greater sense of self and your interests, then you are here and the other person is here. It's like a separate, instead of you trying to mold into what it is that they want. And then oftentimes you will attract people along the way who maybe have similar interests, or maybe you're just curious and interested about who you are, and maybe they like that you are just being authentic, that you are being confident, that you are being yourself. So an example of this in my own personal life was a time where I decided to step away from a whole friend group, because in that friend group I felt like I couldn't be myself. Everyone in the friend group had a say and I felt like I didn't have a say. They all wanted to do specific things, like for going out and like drinking or like just hanging out, and for me I had different interests. I was really getting interested in the gym, I wanted to go on hikes, I wanted to make new friends, I still wanted to go and drink, but just not all of the time. So really noticing that when I stepped away from that friend group, there's other reasons for it as well, and I start being brave to do things by myself, such as going on hikes, going to the gym, doing things that I was purely interested in. It did take a transitional period, but then I actually ended up making friends on the hike, I ended up making friends in the gym, I ended up making friends in the areas that I was now interested in. So then I could actually have those more meaningful connections. Now, what happens when you be fully authentic yourself is you become more of a magnet. So you become more of a magnet to attract the people that are for you. But then you also repel some people that are not for you. So just know that it's okay to be liked by some people and disliked by some people as well. It doesn't mean that, and you probably like and dislike some people too. It doesn't mean that you don't respect them, it just means that maybe you want to be around them, or you don't want to be around them. You want to invest in a relationship with them, or you don't want to invest in a relationship with them. So when you're being more magnetic, you're going to attract the people who are for you, and you may repel some of the people that are not for you, but that is great, because that means that you don't have to use your energy in doing that yourself. It just naturally happens. So I'm still learning a lot about this myself, going through this process of realizing about a year ago that I actually have been a people pleaser in my life, and becoming aware to that, and realizing that when you are a people pleaser, these are usually a lot of the friendships and connections that you do form in your life, because you are trying to please that other person or mold to them, rather than being true to yourself and getting to know who you are. And I became to a stage in my life where I felt so far removed from myself and so lost of not knowing who I am or what I want, that I was just ready to push everyone away again and get to know myself. Now, this is not to say that the connections that I've built over the last years are not real or not meaningful. A lot of them are, but what happened is when I started to be fully authentic in myself, some of those relationships now have pushed back and have drifted, but then it has also brought me closer to a direction of the people who are more for me, who I do enjoy being more around, and now has opened up more opportunities that I can go into places to meet more of my people for this time of my journey. So I hope this video helped. I hope you got some insights of how to make more connections with people, and if you're looking for more of those authentic connections, I would recommend to really deeply get to know yourself. And if you are looking for more help with how to get to know yourself, I do create more videos on these themes of self-love, of confidence, of how to know what it is that you want. And if you are looking for more personal one-on-one help, do feel free to send me an email or a comment down below. So I look forward to seeing you all in the next video. Bye for now.